Hi, welcome to On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway, author of On This Day in Tudor History. Now, where am I taking you back to today? Well, I'm taking you back to King Henry VIII's reign. For on this day in Tudor history, the 15th of March 1532, King Henry VIII used what was described as foul language to William Warham, Archbishop of Canterbury, after the Archbishop criticised him in the House of Lords. Warham's criticism of the king came when Parliament was discussing the proposed annulment of the king's marriage to his first wife, Queen Catherine of Aragon. Carlo Capello, the Venetian ambassador, recorded what happened in a letter to the Council of Ten, the government of Venice, writing, "On the 15th instant, the Parliament met to discuss the affair of the divorce, and the Archbishop of Canterbury spoke against the king, much to the indignation of his Majesty, who used foul language to him, saying that were it not for his age, he would make him repent of having said what he did against his Majesty." Now, I'd love to know what the king actually said to Warham that day, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you like to go back in time just to sit there and hear what he said, what foul language constituted? And surely it must have shaken the Archbishop, because really the king was saying, if you weren't so old, I'd be taking your head off your shoulders, wasn't he? And the Archbishop was in his 80s by this time. It must have really shaken him. And actually, he died just 5 months later, and you do wonder if this had, an impact on his health. He died on the 22nd of August 1532 while visiting his nephew in Hackington in Kent. Now, Warham had served as Archbishop of Canterbury from King Henry VII's reign in 1503, and he'd also served King Henry VIII as Keeper of the Great Seal and Lord Chancellor. He'd been close to the king. He was laid to rest in Canterbury Cathedral, having left instructions to be buried near the spot where Thomas Becket was killed. On the 30th of March 1533, his office, that of Archbishop of Canterbury, was filled by Thomas Cranmer. While Warham had opposed the annulment of the king's first marriage, Cranmer supported it wholeheartedly and was able to declare the annulment on the 23rd of May 1533, just in time for the coronation of the new Queen, Anne Boleyn, on the 1st of June 1533. But at least Warham kept his head. So Cranmer came and filled his shoes and did the king a great service by doing the king what he wanted instead of opposing the king. But at least Warham kept his head and died a natural death. Also on this day in Tudor history, the 15th of March 1551, the Lady Mary, the future Queen Mary I, caused quite a stir in London in the reign of her half-brother, King Edward VI. What did she do? How did she cause such a stir? Well, you can find out in last year's video, which I'll give you a link to. Thank you for joining me today. You can subscribe by clicking just about there. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live, and you can also give me a like and leave me a comment. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. I've got a creepy crawly crawling up my arm.